My name is Reese, R-E-E-S-E. I used to have a whole name and I dropped it. So now I just use my last name. Four years. 2 years in Camp Pendleton, California, on the beach, and 2 years in Vietnam. California. California in the 60s along California beaches, it was okay. Vietnam was, I have more good memories than I do bad, but the bad are so overwhelming sometimes, so I don't talk about it. So I survived, I'm doing okay. In the States, you get up at 6 o'clock, and maybe by 7:30 you have formation, and that lays out the day, and then the day you practice, train, whatever. But in Vietnam, you go to sleep, you go to bed. It's not one of these real peaceful things that you do. And day starts early and goes 24/7. 7 days a week. There's no in-betweens in a war situation. It's a constant thing. I was out of work. I was 19 years old, out of a job and living in California, and just got out there. And so I said, I walked down by the recruiting station, and there was only one person there. No Navy, no Army, no Air Force. One Marine. I joined the Marine Corps. That's why I did it. Well, Vietnam was a long war, 10 years. And the people became disillusioned. And that's when protesters and hippies and rock and roll music and everything else was just insane, and the American people finally got fed up with it, and the American troops suffered because we had to come home in the middle of people throwing things at us and spitting at us and calling us names, and it just it didn't break our hearts. It made us furious, and we ran around going to bars just daring somebody, and it hurt, but it hurt us. It hurt us that we weren't welcomed home like all the other veterans had been. But over the years, we've gotten over it, and they've made up for it by welcoming the Iraqi veterans. And I just want the kids looking at this to realize that what we do as military people, we do it for one reason, and that's for this country of ours, and so you can be free to study, to think, and do anything you want to do within the law. Oh yeah. Even the bad things, I know it tests you. It tests you. It tests your loyalty, your focus, it's just, it's hard to explain. But you come out of the Marine Corps different, because we're not special, but the Marine Corps is very different than the other branches. The training's different. Even the training's very dangerous. So, and when you come out of there, you have a confidence that you can't get anywhere else, because you know exactly what you're capable of doing under any situation. Choose, before you join any branch, look at that branch, see if that's really what you want to do, find out what they do. Most people don't know what Marines do. When my son went in, he knew because he knew me. But some people join the Marine Corps and they have no clue. And then they get in and they realize they made a big mistake. And you don't walk up and say, hey, by the way, I made a mistake, I'd like to get out. Don't happen that way. And I would just advise them to ask people who have been in the service, look for training, and when you get out of the service, you get to go to college, and the government pays for it. That's how I went to college. And so there's some benefits to it.